They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could.
At office, everyone present in the meeting room were preparing themselves for the meeting. They were rechecking all the files and presentation to find out some errors in it. Everyone was making sure that there would not be any mistake in their presentation, and if by any chance Jeon Jungkook found a single mistake or error occurred by any employee, that poor employee will be out from the company without wasting a single second. Today meeting was one of the most important meetings of the year, and Jungkook ain't gonna afford mistake or unprofessionalism by his employees. Everyone in the meeting room stood up quickly from their specific seats and bowed down their head in front of the most powerful leader of Mafia, Jeon Jungkook, whose dark aura was irresistible to see in his eyes. And the very next moment, sweat was dropping down on the floor, cause today they might have to lose their job, or maybe they will not be able to see. Jungkook looked at each one of them and sat on his CEO chair, his leg crossing over others. Start the meeting, he said in his cold voice, while looking at everyone with his fierce gaze. The meeting started, and soon some voice was heard in the meeting room. On the other hand, you were doing the house chores as Jungkook wants everything neat on the floor for the third time. You sat on the sofa with the tired body. It's been 3 months to your marriage, but still Jungkook is cold towards you. Jungkook talks to you coldly and behaves like you are a stranger to him who married him to his wish, though you are married to him, and sometimes you him to show some love and concern for, but still you are not type. If he doesn't talk, you don't force him. If you ask him to for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and he denies, you don't force him, rather, you eat your meal peacefully. You are understanding. You know, if he doesn't want to be nice to you, instead of forcing him, you should stay silent and don't disturb him, because it might make him more angry. Suddenly, the car honked the horn, making you understand that Jungkook is back home. You quickly got up from the sofa and rushed to the main door. As you opened the door, it revealed your tired husband, who didn't bother to take a glance at you as he came inside the living room. Jungkook threw his overcoat on the floor and, taking off his dusty shoes, he plopped down on the sofa. Sighing heavily, you ran to the kitchen and came back with a glass of water in your hand. You gave it to him and he gulped it down with shaky voice. You tried to form some words. Jungkook, are you okay? You asked, being so concerned about him. He didn't say even a word, and resting his back on the sofa, he closed his eyes. You knew he was not okay, cause first time you saw him this much tired and upset. Mustering up some courage, you walked to him slowly and touched his forehead, which was like someone put the warm heater on his head as it was burning with high fever. Jungkook looked at you with his cold eyes. What are you doing? He asked. You got flinched, removing your hand. You looked at him with fearful eyes. You are having a high fever, Jungkook. I'm gonna call the doctor. You said, grabbing your mobile phone from the table. No, I don't need anyone. I'll be fine after taking a nap, he said coldly, pressing his fingers on his forehead. But your half words were still in a mouth as he cut you off. I don't like repeating my words. You ran to the kitchen to make soup for him while Jungkook went to the bathroom for taking a shower. After some time, he came back in his room and laid on the bed, closing his eyes. Why she is so anxious for me, he said to himself. While on the other hand, you were done making food for him as you put it in a bowl and pouring some water in another bowl along with wet cloths. You placed them in a tray and walked upstairs to his room where you saw him sleeping while coming from his mouth, which made you more anxious. You placed the tray on the side table and carefully sat beside him. Looking at his eyes, you could notice how much tired and sick he was. You slowly soaked the cloth in water and then put it on his forehead. After a few minutes, you checked his fever, which was now lower to the great extent which made you feel at ease. Jungkook, wake up, please have something to eat, you said slowly, looking at his face, which was looked so innocent. Jungkook slowly opened his eyes. I got soup for you, please have it, you will feel better. You said politely, "No, I won't, I am fine." He said, slowly changing the side, "No, you will have to eat something." Mafia attitude at the side, "Cause right now your body needs some food." You said coldly. He looked at you shocked, cause no one ever talked to him like that. But he knew that you yelled because you were concerned about him. Jungkook slowly got up and grabbing the bowl, he started to eat it with while keeping his eyes on you. Once he finished the bowl, you took it from his hand and placed it on the side table. "Are you feeling better now?" you asked, looking at him. He didn't say something and saying. Thinking that he won't say anything, you got up from the bed and was about to pick up the tray, but he held your hand, making your heartbeat race faster. "I am feeling cold," he said and looked into your eyes. "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" you asked, panicking. "Need some blankets or I should turn on the heater. I think I should close the window first." You said, but he said, making you stop. He said, staring into your eyes. Your rosy cheeks flushed as you looked on shyly with your heartbeat going insane. Jungkook pressed it together to not form a smirk on them as he saw your blushing face. "This tray is still here," you said, getting up, and then grabbing a tray with trembling hands, you ran outside, making him giggle behind. "Cute," he muttered to himself, but soon he cleared his throat, looking around. "What's happening to me?" he said to himself and fell on the bed. On the other hand, when you realized that your heartbeat was now came to its normal track, you walked upstairs to his room. You looked up slowly and saw him staring at you with his intense dark eyes, which made your heartbeat go like crazy. Thinking that you wouldn't be able, you were about to step outside the room when he called you from behind. "Where are you going?" he asked. You replied, "Nowhere." "Come to me before I change my decision," he said in his cold voice while smirking internally. "No, no, no, I am coming," you said, walking inside the room. You looked at his dark, deep eyes and quickly laid. "Now sleep," he said before shutting off the lamp. Jungkook chuckled when he heard you laughing to yourself, and soon you both fell asleep. The next morning, you woke up and saw Jungkook sleeping peacefully. You tried to free him from, but he groaned, holding it more tightly, which made you blush heavily. You looked at him and smiled as he was looking like a cute bunny. You slowly freed your hand and then, tiptoeing on the floor, you walked to the bathroom. After some time, you came inside the room and seeing your mafia husband sleeping, you walked downstairs to prepare breakfast for him. Jungkook spoke. "I woke up with the birds chirping outside. Rubbing my eyes, I looked for Mayan beside the bed. But she was not there. I didn't know what happened to me. And still I am smiling to myself. Do I like Mayan? Oh, but I don't like her. My own life is not well. Will have to agree that she is the most beautiful and cute girl I have ever seen in my life. Why my cheeks are heating up all of a sudden. This girl will make me. I guess I won't mind." Messing up my hair, I got up from the bed and walked to the bathroom for taking a shower. After some time, I came back, changed into my black suit and fixing my tie. I wore my black shoes and went downstairs where I saw Mayan setting the dining table. "Good morning, you woke up. Breakfast is ready," she said in her sweet voice. I nodded, sitting on the chair. She smiled, serving me the food. "You sit, I will serve you food today," I said, smiling at her. She looked at me with her red cheeks and covered her mouth with her both hands, which made me smirk as I looked at her. "Do you feel nervous sitting beside me? 'Cause I can hear your heartbeat," I said. She literally choked on her food, looking at me. "So you feel shy around me, right? This is because you like me?" I asked. "No, no, I mean yes, I do," she said and smirked, turning her head to the other side. "Aren't you getting late for your mission?" she asked, trying to act normal. "Don't you like me staying home?" I asked, turning her face tomato. While Chip, she shook her head, looking up at the ceiling through her big brown eyes. "So you want me to stay home?" I asked. Her face was flushed as she slowly jerked my hand away and got up from the chair. Mummy, my heart, she said and ran to the upstairs without even taking a glance at me. I let out a chuckle looking at her from behind. Time skip, Arthur spoke. You were laying on the bed while using your mobile phone when suddenly your mobile phone rang. You answered the call with your blushing face that it was Jungkook. Hello Jungkook, you said slowly pressing your finger between your teeth. Why and get ready until 7 o'clock in the evening cause we will go out to watch a movie. He said and cut the call before you could respond. You glanced at the wall clock which was ticking 6:30 o'clock in the evening. You got up from the bed after throwing your mobile phone on the bed. You were really excited because it was first time when Jungkook asked you out to watch a movie. You quickly rushed to the closet and searched for an outfit which could complement you. After searching for 10 minutes, finally you found the red gown. You didn't hesitate for a second and slipped into it. You ran to the mirror to observe your reflection in the mirror. A smirk wrapped on your lips because you were looking so beautiful in it. You quickly applied makeup on your face with dark red lipstick and wearing your golden high heels along with golden clutch. You ran downstairs as you heard Jungkook honking the horn. Reaching the car, you threw your bag on the back seat and looked for Jungkook, whose eyes were fixed on you. You noticed that he was struggling to form some words but couldn't. What are you looking at? Didn't you look my look? You asked, looking at him. I'm looking at my wife, he said. Your cheeks turned into tomato as you looked outside the window to hide your blushing face. But Mayan, isn't the dress so beautiful? I mean, would you mind if I asked you to wear like this? He asked, and his eyes were showing care for you. No, I'm not going. It took me a lot of time. You said, making a pout. He chuckled, looking at your face. But I guess so. He was speaking out, but you cut him off. No ifs and buts, Jungkook. Drive the car. We are already getting late. You said, looking forward. He nodded and started the engine. Time skip. You both entered the movie theater and sat on the seat, which was in last row as all the other seats were already occupied. Soon the lights turned off except the screen. After 15 minutes, you both were watching a movie peacefully while having popcorn when suddenly you felt which made your eyes widen in shock. You looked at your left side and got scared seeing a guy. You looked at Jungkook worriedly while he was already looking at you. Are you okay? He asked in a soft voice. You nodded hesitantly as you didn't want to think. Jungkook smiled, caressing your hair, leaning your head against you. You smiled a little and turned yourself towards the big screen. You were not able to focus on a movie, but then suddenly felt you got up from your seat and without saying even a word, you ran outside the theater, making Jungkook frown in anger. Jungkook quickly got up from his seat and was picking up your belongings when the guy spoke out. Your wife is beautiful, he said, smiling. 15 minutes later, lights turned on and everyone started to get up. That guy was also get up and then Jungkook. His hands were still balled into a face when nose flaring. On the other hand, you were in a car waiting for Jungkook. You wanted Jungkook to come as soon as possible so that you don't feel scared anymore. After a few minutes, you saw him walking briskly towards the car. You sighed in a relief as he entered the car. Jungkook, before you could speak further, he started the car too fast that your heartbeat raced up. Jungkook was looking so beautiful. You tried to call him many times, but Jungkook just ignored you. He sighed and hit his hand on the steering wheel, making you shut. What now? Why you don't say anything when he left the sentence in the middle while giving you a stare. You got startled. You looked outside the window to push the rising tears back. Fine, don't say anything, just keep your mouth shut, he said. His neck veins were popping out while his jawline was tightened. You finally spoke out in voice while wiping off the tears that fell on your cheeks. He asked, only concern was showing in his eyes. I don't want you to get, you said. Jungkook sighed heavily and didn't say even a word until you both reached the house. Jungkook went to the bathroom to take a shower while you laid on the bed with eyes full of tears. Jungkook came back from the shower and sighed when he saw you sleeping. He laid down gently beside you. I'm sorry, Mayan. I shouldn't have yelled at you, but you didn't tell me. Don't you feel Don't you trust me, or do you think that I overreact everything? He said slowly, caressing your hair. Your eyes got watery as you turned your head to his direction, making him startled. I'm sorry, Jungkook. I should have told you instead of hiding anything from you. I promise I won't hide anything from you, you said. The next morning, you woke up by the sunlight and saw Jungkook sleeping peacefully. Why, he is so cute, you mumbled when you saw him sleeping while making a pot like a cute bunny. This mafia is so strong, you said. Rude mafia, he asked, and your jawline dropped. You gulped down, making him smirk internally. Say that again, he asked, poking his inner cheek. What? I didn't say anything, you said, and ran to the bathroom before he could say something. At breakfast table, you were having a breakfast while Jungkook was only having his own breakfast. Beautiful, he thought in his mind while staring at your face. You were feeling so shy as you started choking because you were eating so fast. Jungkook quickly got up and gave you a water. Why you are eating so fast? Food is not going anywhere. Just eat slowly, he said, patting your back. You nodded, forcing a smile. This is because of you. You are making me feel shy. I am full. I am going to the mission, he said. Time skip. It was around 9 o'clock at night. You were in your room getting bored as you were waiting for Jungkook while scrolling down the phone. Suddenly, idea came in your mind. You got up with a mischievous smile and ran to his wardrobe. As you opened it and saw glancing at them for a while, you smirked and took out a white t-shirt. Wearing it, you walked to the mirror to see yourself. Your face turned red while your heartbeat raced faster as you were looking so beautiful in it. Suddenly, the car honked the horn. Jungkook had a spare key, so using it, he entered inside the dim living room. As he was struggling to take off his overcoat, he heard soft thumbs of yours from the stairs. He looked up and his jaw dropped while his eyes opened wide. You walked to him slowly and his overcoat picked up from his hands when he saw you. Jungkook was looking at you. He said, you are looking so beautiful. You stood in the bathroom while Jungkook threw. After 2 hours, Jungkook, you said, I am always here for you, he said, smiling.